What's up, Interweb? RhyQuinn here, and welcome to my PAL team builder for week 3. Now, I know it's been a while since my last PAL upload, but these aren't particularly, like, strict time schedules. We don't have to do them every week. We don't have to upload them, like, at all. So, these are probably going to take a while. It's only 7 weeks worth of matches, but it's probably going to take a lot longer than that. And obviously, I've been a bit busy. You guys have seen, if you follow me on Twitter and stuff, I've been away with, you know, life and all that stuff. But I'm hoping, obviously by the time you're seeing this, then obviously we've started the matches up again, and hopefully I can get them a bit more regular. I'm gonna try and bug my opponents and see if I can get them to battle on some kind of frequent basis. But anyway, let's get into stuff. If you don't know what the PAL is, that's the Pokémon Auction League. Links are down below in the description to my draft analysis, which you can watch, which explains what the PAL is in more detail. It's about the whole drafting process and all that stuff. But it is a league, much like any other. We get a team and we battle. The way we got the mons was different, but the end result is the same. We have a team, we battle. And this week we are playing the Brigton Bronzors, coached by Evan. And he has a pretty scary team. And I've tried to come up with a team against it. The team he can potentially bring against us this week is Armaldo, Haxorus, Hydreigon, Mega Venusaur, Emboar, Mesprit, Delphox, Cobalion, Raikou, Florges, and Mamoswine. So some pretty scary stuff. He's got quick mons in the likes of Raikou, Cobalion, Delphox. He's also got some really powerful wall breakers with Mamoswine, Hydreigon, Haxorus. Some nice bulk with Mega Venusaur. Mesprit can be bulky as well, and Florges. So he's got a fairly well-rounded team, but there's a few little holes that I've spotted that I'm hoping to exploit in this one. So let's get into the team that I've brought to try and beat the Brigton Bronzors today. So the first mon on the team is Metalbur the Skarmory, holding the Rocky Helmet with Sturdy, Drillpeck, Ironhead, Roost, and Taunt. Max HP, 4 in attack, 164 in defense, and 88 in speed with an impish nature. This Skarmory is primarily there to switch into Mamoswine. It can do that fairly decently well. And we can respond with a super effective Ironhead. It's also there to switch into Mega Venusaur if it doesn't have HP Fire. And if it does have HP Fire, then hopefully I can pivot around that Mega Venusaur pretty well. So if I can switch into Skarmory, expect the HP Fire, go into something like Blaziken, which you can see I brought, then, you know, it would just allow me to get a bit of nice momentum. I can scare that Mega Venusaur out with Blaziken, for example. The 88 in speed allows me to outspeed uninvested Mega Venusaur, and also by extension uninvested Mesprit and Mamoswine and Florges. If they have 4 leftover EVs and he puts them into speed, then I'm still going to be outspeeding them. I've outsped by 2 points, so if he puts 1 in, I'll still outspeed it. Which can allow me to taunt things like Mega Venusaur if it wants to try and Synthesis. I can taunt the Florges going for a Wish, things like that. I can just try and taunt those more bulky mons, just try and stop them from doing their shenanigans. Then I have Drillpeck to hit the Mega Venusaur super effectively. I didn't want Brave Bird because I didn't want too much recoil damage, because if I'm wanting to scout for HP Fire, I can take 1. I don't want to be getting, you know, use Brave Bird and then be in range from HP Fire, which he then goes for and, you know, kills me. Roost, I can get HP back. The one annoying thing about Roost with my speed investment is that if he does bring an uninvested in speed Mamoswine, I don't see why he would. But if he does, for whatever reason, bring a Mamoswine that's uninvested in speed, I will be outspeeding it, which means I'm susceptible to Mamoswine's Earthquake, which is a bit annoying. But I don't think he's bringing a Mamoswine that's uninvested in speed, so I think we'll be okay with that. And yeah, the main purpose is switch into Mamoswine. Get Rocky Helmet damage on some of the other physical attackers, things like Haxorus. If he's like locked into Outrage, I can switch into that. And it's just generally nice to try and get some bit of recoil. But main thing is that Mamoswine that I'm going to be switching into. On this team that I brought, it's more of like a classic split of 3 offensive mons and 3 defensive mons. So let's take a look at the 3 defensive mons first, and then we'll come back to the offense. So the next defensive mon on this team is Judge Drod the Drodigon, holding the leftovers with Rough Skin, Earthquake, Dragonclaw, Ironhead, and Stealth Rock. Max HP, 76 in attack, and 180 in defense with an Impish Nature. Again, physically defensive. Again, with getting recoil with the Rough Skin. But the main mon that this Drodigon is going to be switching into is Emboar. That's the main thing that's scaring me on his squad right now. And this is the mon that's been designed to switch into it. With the leftovers and with if rocks are up on my side, but with the lefties, this defense investment allows me to not be 2-hit KO'd by an Adamant, Life Orb, Reckless, Flare Blitz from an Emboar. which is good. Superpower still does a lot to me, but then he'll be getting an attack drop, and I can actually take 2 of them. If he wants to have like Hammer Arm or something like that, then I can outspeed him on the following turn. I can Earthquake and do a lot of damage. Rocks are going to be fairly nice for his team, because he doesn't have that much reliable recovery. He has things like Mega Venusaur, he has Florges, and I believe Hydreigon, and I think that's it. But Rocks are going to be really nice for the rest of his squad, for any other bulky mons that he might have. And I feel like, as well, Florges is more going to be Wish support than it is Synthesis, because, like I said, he doesn't have much reliable recovery on his team. So I feel like he'd be going more for Wish support on Florges, and Synthesis on Mega Venusaur, for example. But just generally wearing things down with Rocks and with Rough Skin is going to be really nice. Earthquake, Dragonclaw, Ironhead is such good coverage for his team, it's ridiculous. The only things I'm not hitting super effectively are Mega Venusaur and Mesprit. That's it. Everything else gets hit super effectively, which is nuts. Ironhead hitting the Armaldo, the Florges, and the Mamoswine. Dragonclaw hitting the Haxorus and the Hydreigon. And Earthquake hitting the Emboar, the Delphox, Cobalion, and the Raikou. He does have a bit of a pronounced ground weakness, so you'll see Earthquake on a couple of mons here, because he does have a pretty bad ground weakness. His only immunities being Hydreigon and Mesprit, which, you know, if I had like Mold Breaker on this Druddigon, then I'd be able to hit both of them, but I don't feel like it was worth it, because I can already hit the Hydreigon with Dragonclaw, and I want the Rough Skin to try and get the recoil, so it's only really Mesprit, and Mesprit still takes neutral from Dragonclaw anyway, and Ironhead, so is what it is. But that is Judge Drud the Druddigon, mainly there to switch into Emboar, but also to switch into other physical attackers that can do that pretty well. Aside from the Mamoswine and the Haxorus, it can switch into like Armaldo. If it's like a physical Mega Venusaur, it can do that pretty well. Emboar, like I said, Cobalion it can do decently well against. So it's going to be there mainly for that Emboar if it comes. If not, then if Emboar doesn't come, then it's going to be there to get up Rocks, and then just try and get some chip damage on things, get a bit of Rough Skin on something, and like I said, that coverage is really nice, so if I can get some chip damage on something, that'll be cool. And the third and final defensive mon on the team is Scorponok the Dracopion. And this Dracopion is holding the Assault Vest with Battle Armor, because I do not want to be getting critted. Earthquake, Poison Jab, Knockoff, and Brick Break, max HP, 4 in attack, and max special defense with a careful nature. So this is here, obviously, to switch into special mons. That being the likes of Hydreigon, a special Mega Venusaur, Mesprit, Delphox, Raikou, Florges. It can switch into pretty much all of them. A timid Life Orb Hydreigon's Earth Power max roll is exactly 50%. So if he gets 2 absolute max rolls, he can 2-hit KO me. If not, then I'm going to be living it. So, yeah, the only way you can get, I think it was like a 0.4% chance to 2-hit KO me, so I'll take that. But I do need the Assault Vest to be able to switch into those mons. If I just had like Black Sludge or something like that, I wouldn't be able to switch in, so the main purpose of this Dracopion is to switch into those special mons, and I can respond decently well against them, even though I only have, 4 attack investment. I still have nice coverage for his squad, like I've been saying, he has a bit of a ground weakness, so that's why you see Earthquake. But the only ones I don't hit super effectively are Armaldo, Haxorus, and Mega Venusaur. Mega Venusaur I have other ways to deal with, one of them being the Drill Peck on Skarmory, and 2 of them being on the offensive ones that I haven't mentioned yet. But I have other ways to deal with Mega Venusaur. Haxorus isn't that bulky, nor is Armaldo, honestly, and being able to knock off like his item off Armaldo will be nice. And then I have Brick Break to hit the Hydreigon, also hits the Mamoswine. I have Earthquake hitting the Emboar, the Cobalion, and the Raikou. Knockoff hitting the Mesprit and the Delphox, and Poison Jab for that Florges. Also Poison Jab and Knockoff being Stab, so that's fun. Yeah, the main point of Dracopion, switch into those special mons and respond with a bit of damage. That's about it. Yeah, so those are the 3 defensive mons that I'm bringing to this game. Now we go into the 3 offensive mons. So we're going to start with Poipole, the Starmie. Holding the Life Orb with Analytics, Skull, Dazzling Gleam, Psyshock, and Rapid Spin. 36 in HP, max special attack, and 220 in speed with a Timid nature. This Starmie, I didn't want to go max speed Timid to force a speed tie with Raikou, because I'm not going to be risking a speed tie with Raikou anyway, unless I was absolutely forced to, and I don't want to be in a situation where I have to force a speed tie with Raikou, so I've just put enough speed to outspeed the next fastest mon on his team, that being Cobalion. And this coverage of Scald, Dazzling Gleam, Psyshock does really, really well against his team. It's not going to be hitting everything like super effectively, but I do hit Armaldo, Haxorus, Hydreigon, Mega Venusaur, Emboar, Delphox, and Mamoswine super effectively. And the other 4 mons that I'm not hitting super effectively, that being Mesprit, Cobalion, Raikou, Florges. Scald does really nice against them because either they're a physical attacker, like Cobalion, or they don't want to be Scald Bird and getting worn down for like Mesprit or Florges. And then also, I just hit all of them neutrally aside from Psyshock on Mesprit. I can hit all of them neutrally with the coverage I have anyway, so it's not like they're going to be tanking hits for days, especially from a Life Orb style, because that's pretty powerful. Then I have Rapid Spin just for a bit of hazard removal if the opportunity comes up where I want to get rid of my hazards. I want to be able to do that. So I've got Rapid Spin on Starmie there. Main point though, punch some holes. That's what it does. It outspeeds everything barring the Raikou and Scarfers, and I can just punch some holes in the team. That's all it's there for, and this coverage allows me to do that. Penultimate one on the team, 5th one, is more like Blaziken, because I'm bad at nicknames. The Blaziken holding the Choice Scarf with Blaze, because, you know, Speed Boost is banned, with High Jump Kick, Poison Jab, Knockoff, and Brave Bird, 32 in HP, Max Attack, Adamant, and 224 in Speed. Now, the 224 in Speed allows me to, 1, outspeed all non-Scarfers on his team, and also allows me to outspeed a Jolly Max Speed Scarfed Emboar, which is cool. I didn't feel like going Max Speed Jolly to force a speed tie with a Scarfed Mamoswine, because, once again, I don't really want to be risking that. I don't want to be in a position where I have to risk that, and if he brings a Scarfed Mamoswine, he can do literally nothing to my Skarmory, so I don't care. If he brings a Scarfed one, I'm not fussed, because I have a very solid switch in Skarmory for that. So I've just got enough speed to outspeed Max Speed Jolly Scarf Emboar, because if he brings any other Scarfers, they're going to outspeed me anyway. The likes of Haxorus, Hydreigon, Emboar, like I said, I outspeed. Mesprit would... Again, that would be a speed tie if I went max speed, but I don't really want to risk that again. Delphox, Cobalion, Raikou, all of those guys are going to outspeed me if they're Scarfed anyway, so I just put enough speed to outspeed Max Speed, Jolly, Scarfed, Emboar. The coverage, I have no Fire stat because his only Fire weakness is Cobalion, and I have High Jump Kick for Cobalion anyway, so I just have a lot of coverage, and the coverage is very good for his team, not hitting super effectively, only the Armaldo, the Haxorus, and the Raikou. But I have High Jump Kick hitting the Hydreigon, Cobalion, Mamoswine. I have Brave Bird hitting the Mega Venusaur and the Emboar. Knockoff hitting the Mesprit and the Delphox, and Poison Jab for the Florges. So I've got really nice coverage. The main point of Brave Bird is to hit the Mega Venusaur as another way to hit the Mega Venusaur, because that's 3 ways now. We've got the Psyshock on Starmie, we've got the Drill Peck on Skarmory, and we've got the Brave Bird on Blaziken. Now, so 3 ways to do a Mega Venusaur. High Jump Kick hits things really, really hard, and like I said, those 3 mons that I don't hit super effectively, Armaldo, Haxorus, and Raikou, aren't the bulkiest of mons, and they take a lot from High Jump Kick anyway. So, that's going to be pretty nice. So Blaziken could be late game cleaner, could be Hole Puncher, depending how the game plays out, but we'll have to see how that one goes. And the last mon on the team is Old Man Tut. The Koffagrig is holding the Colbur Berry with HP Dragon, Shadow Ball, Trick Room, and Nasty Plot. Max HP, max special attack, modest with 8 in special defense. Now, he has 1 Ghost Resist on his entire squad, and that is Hydreigon. So you can see where I'm going with this. Trick Room, Nasty Plot is a nice combo. I'm super duper slow. I'm slower than everything on his team. This Koffagrig is slower than everything on his team. I can set up Trick Room to then be outspeeding everything in Trick Room. Set up Nasty Plots, be super duper powerful. Like I said, he has no Ghost Resist on his entire squad other than Hydreigon, and that's why I have HP Dragon. I could have done something like HP Fighting, but memes, so we've got HP Dragon. And also, there's not much point in putting HP Fighting. Like, it would hit like the Mamoswine as well, but and Cobalion, but it does the same damage to those guys as Shadow Ball does. So we've gone with the memes and we've gone HP Dragon because that's fun. So that's what the Koffagrig is there for. And also with the Colbur Berry, I have it for multiple dark things that he could be packing on his team. Things like Knockoff and Mega Venusaur, Dark Pulse on Hydreigon, Sucker Punch on Emboar, other things that escape me now. Knock off on Mamoswine. Like, there's loads of different dark coverage that could be packed for this week. And it's just to be able to take one or two of them and set up a trick room. That's pretty much what it's for. Or to set up a nasty plot, whatever the situation calls for. And also because I'm max HP as well, if he's at -2 with Hydreigon, if he's gone for a Draco, if he's like a Life Orb Hydreigon, goes for a Draco and is at -2, I can then come in with Cofagrigus and take 2 Dark Pulses at -2, and set up Nasty Plot, set up Trick Room, and then just kind of fire off massive hits against the team. If everything's been worn down a bit, this Cofagrigus can put in the finest of work. So maybe this might be my late game cleaner instead of Blaziken, but again, we'll have to see how this plays out. But again, this might be a wall breaker, and then Blaziken be the late game sweeper. We'll have to see how things play out. But that is the team for week 3 of the PAL. I hope you guys are excited for the game. We've got HP Dragon Cofagrigus. I really want to see that do work. So, hopefully you're excited for the match, which will be uploaded tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment down below if you're excited for the team. Let me know what improvements you would have made or anything you want to see work. And if you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the match. Toodaloo.